This damage build can KO a boss in the first turn, but almost everyone who tries it will fail. This is the exact build that will carry you when Demo 5 releases. And after analyzing countless hours of gameplay, I'm revealing the one hidden step you need to make it actually work. In this guide, I will break down the single most powerful damage strategy in the game. I'll give you a step-by-step list of every card you need, explain what makes each one so good, and tell you exactly where to find them. I'll cover the ultimate sword build for maximum damage, and then I'll give you 2 incredible backup builds for handling shielded enemies and huge mobs. First, we need to cover the core strategy that makes all of this possible, damage stacking. In Block Tales, your base damage is just the starting point. The secret to hitting massive numbers is stacking buffs or power-ups before you unleash your attack. Think of your damage like a small snowball. Your base attack is just the start. Each buff you add makes that snowball bigger and bigger until it becomes a giant avalanche ready to crash down on an enemy. The 2 most important cards for this strategy are Charge and Power Rush. The first key is the Charge card. It's a simple card that increases the attack power of your next move, which is a nice boost on its own. But the real magic happens when you use it 3 times in a row. This doesn't just add to your damage, it multiplies it to insane levels. The second key is Power Rush. This card is the definition of high risk, high reward, giving you a +1 damage buff whenever your health is at 5 or below. The secret that top players use is to intentionally take damage at the start of a battle to activate this powerful buff for the entire fight. When you combine multiple charges with the Power Rush buff, you set the stage for a one-hit KO. Now, let's assemble your primary weapon. This is the build for deleting bosses. Here are the exact cards you need, and a detailed breakdown of why they work so well together. First, you need the Knight card. Think of this as your foundation. It gives a permanent +1 damage to all your sword and slingshot attacks, which is a simple, direct, and essential damage increase. You can buy this from the wealthy merchant in Vermilion Village for just 100 ticks. Next is the Power Rush card, which we've already discussed. It's an essential piece of this build because it provides a free, persistent damage boost for the entire battle once it's activated. You can find this in the Banished Knight shop. To push the damage even further, you'll need the Anti-Up card. This adds another +1 damage, but here's the trade-off. It makes your timing window for action commands smaller, and if you fail the timing, you do 0 damage. This is a high skill card that demands precision, but for max damage build, the extra point of damage is absolutely worth it. You can purchase this from the sketchy figure for $5. Now for a card with a hidden mechanic that most players don't know about. Free Ice. On the surface, this card enchants your next attack to apply the freeze status for 3 turns, which can lock down the enemy. But here's the secret, even if the freeze effect doesn't work on a boss, you still get a hidden +1 damage buff for that attack. It's a free point of damage just for using the card, making it an incredible tool for this build. Finally, your finishing move is the Power Stab card. This is the high damage single target sword attack you'll use after your buffs are stacked and ready to go. So how do you put it all together? First, you get your HP low by letting an enemy hit you until your health is 5 or below. This activates Power Rush. Second, stack 3 charge cards to multiply your damage to its maximum potential. Third, use Free Ice to add that hidden +1 damage buff. Finally, unleash Power Stab. If done correctly, you will hit for 11 or 12 damage, enough to destroy most enemies in the game. But this build has a weakness, so what do you do against an enemy with a shield? Shielded enemies can stop a Power Stab cold, rendering your entire setup useless. That's when you switch to the Slingshot build. The card loadout is nearly identical. You'll still use Knight, Power Rush, Anti-Up, and 3 charges. The key difference is swapping your finisher Power Stab for the Power Shot card. Power Shot is a special slingshot attack that is designed to pierce through enemy defense and shields. It's your direct answer to armored and shielded enemies. While a sword attack might do 0 damage, Power Shot will always get through. You can buy this from the Banished Knight in the manor for 200 ticks. Using the same buffing strategy, a fully charged Power Shot can deal 10 damage through a shield, making it the perfect counter move. Finally, what if you're facing a huge mob of enemies? For that, you need AoE. The rocket launcher, while weak on its own with only 2 base damage, becomes a room-clearing weapon with just 1 charge card. A single charged rocket can hit an entire group of enemies for 7 damage each, wiping out weaker mobs instantly and making it the most efficient tool for group encounters. The developers have confirmed that new enemies, new equipment, and new sword upgrades are coming in Demo 5. Having these builds mastered means you will be ready to take on new challenges from day one. This damage stacking strategy is universal, and by collecting these cards now, you guarantee you'll be powerful enough to explore all the new content and get the best cards right away. You now have the ultimate offense, but that's only half the battle. All this damage is useless if you can't survive long enough to deal it. The most important skill in Block Tales isn't attacking, it's defending. There's a secret to blocking every single attack in the game, and I break it down completely in the video on the screen right now. Click it and I'll see you there.